I found 7 work from home jobs that have the most demand. Yes, these are the jobs that companies are hiring for all the time, and there's always open positions for them. Now, a lot of these are going to be entry level, some of them will be mid-level, and I even have one kind of higher level type job as well, so there'll be a good mix for anybody who's watching this. And the first one on the list is going to be a care manager. And this is basically somebody who coordinates and oversees healthcare services for patients. And if you look up care manager on LinkedIn at the entry level, there is 54,000 open jobs. And since the pandemic happened, many of them are actually remote. And care managers make about $49,000 a year. Now, this one is relatively easy to get into it. It does help if you have a little bit of background experience in healthcare. So for instance, you could get into this by being a medical assistant. And they also do prefer people who have degrees. So for that reason, I would consider this one almost like a mid-level job, and it is relatively low pay for a mid-level job. And so for that reason, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 opportunity score. The next one on the list is going to be a digital marketing specialist. And there are a ton of remote jobs available for this position. Now, this position actually encompasses a bunch of other positions. So for instance, you could go into SEO, you could do pay-per-click, you could do copywriting. There's a bunch of different types of digital marketing. And if you add those up, there is hundreds and hundreds of thousands of jobs available right now. And this is an entry-level position, but you can move into other positions down the line that are much higher paying. So for instance, if you became a marketing manager, you'd probably make about $133,000 a year. But in this position as a marketing specialist, you'd make around $62,000. But yeah, digital marketing is a great career. I think there's a ton of opportunities out there. It's relatively easy to get into. And one other thing that I've noticed is a lot of people who go into digital marketing actually end up staying in it.
And I like it.
So there's some careers, for instance, that for whatever reason people don't like. For instance, tech sales is a great career, but a lot of people just don't vibe with it. But a lot of people end up sticking to digital marketing. So yeah, this is a great career. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10 opportunity score. The next one on the list is going to be business development representative. And this is kind of another word for tech sales. You might also hear this referred to as sales development representative or SDR, and they're essentially the same thing. And in this position, you'd usually be working in the technology industry, and you'd be working for a business that does what's known as B2B. That means it's a business that sells products or services to other businesses. If you type in on LinkedIn, business development representative or sales development representative, and you add them together, there's over 100,000 open job listings. And this is an entry-level job, so you can get into this without any previous experience or a college degree. And I've actually interviewed a bunch of people on the channel that have done exactly that. And if you're interested in this career and you want to learn more about it, there's actually a free training, which I'll put down in the description and the pinned comment below, from the company Course Careers. All the people I interviewed on my channel were able to get a job through Course Careers, and the free training will basically explain everything you need to know about sales development representative, business development representative, and tech sales in general. They also have a cohort-based experience where they train you everything you need to know. They help you with your resume, your LinkedIn, etc., and they help you to get a job, and they actually do give you guaranteed interviews. And if you'd like to use that, then I actually have a $50 off coupon, which I'll put down in the description, as well as the pinned comment below. But yeah, BDRs make about $69,000 a year, so excellent at the entry level. This is actually one of the only careers where people are able to make it to the $100,000 a year level in the first year without having a college degree or previous experience.
Oh, that sounds interesting, sir.
So yeah, really good one. Check it out in the description or the pinned comment down below if you're interested. I'm gonna give this one a 9.5 out of 10 opportunity score. There's like a bunch of boot camps out there. Some of them charge up to $30,000 a year. And it's easy enough to get into this career that you definitely do not need to go to a $30,000 boot camp. Using a company like Course Careers is the way to go, in my opinion. I think that's the most cost effective and the most efficient. The next one on the list is going to be a therapist. Now, I put this one kind of as a placeholder just to show people that there's a lot of different medical related careers out there that you can do remotely. Now, the thing about the medical field is there is like hundreds, if not thousands of different little weird niche careers. And so I'm not gonna list all of them in this video, but you should definitely know that a lot of medical related careers can be done remotely, especially since the pandemic. So most people just assume these careers can't be done remotely, and that's not true. And therapist is a really good example of that. Now, this is one where you do have to get a lot of training, and you also typically are going to have a college degree in order to get into it. And therapists make about $71,000 a year. So that's a bit low for the amount of education and training you have to go through. But yeah, like I said, I just put this one kind of as a placeholder for anybody who's in the medical field and you want to check to see if there's remote jobs. definitely check. Don't just assume that there's no remote jobs out there. I was in the medical field and I was able to work remote. So yeah, this one I'll give a 7 out of 10 opportunity score. The next one on the list is going to be a product manager. And I really like this one because it's kind of like entrepreneurship with training wheels. You're basically going to be in charge of a product that a company launches. So if Facebook is coming out with their next big thing, you know, some kind of metaverse related product, they would have a product manager responsible for that product. And as the product manager, you have to coordinate and oversee everything. So you're going to be working with marketing, you're going to be working with sales, you're going to be working with the engineers, you're going to be working with operations, etc. So there's lots of demand for product managers and they make about $146,000 a year. Now, this is definitely not an entry-level role. I would say it's somewhere between mid and a high-level role. So this is something where you're going to need to get some experience. A lot of the time people will move from project management, data analysis, sales, marketing, these types of roles into product manager roles. So overall, I'll give this one an opportunity score of 8.5 out of 10. The next one on the list is going to be a customer success manager. And this is another one of my favorite careers. And I really like this one because you can actually start off as a customer service representative and then move into this role. And customer service representative is one of the easiest jobs that you can land. And basically the difference between the two is typically customer success managers will be working for a B2B business. Not always, but most of the time. And if you're not working for a B2B business, you're probably going to be working for a high ticket B2C business. So you really get to work closely with your clients. Now there's a lot of demand for customer success managers and they make about $95,000 a year. So that's a lot better than customer service representatives. So I'm going to give this one an opportunity score of 9 out of 10. The next one on the list is going to be data analyst. And there's so many job openings for just about any type of data related career out there. And it's especially good if you're working with data that is in the cloud. But data analyst is a good position to start out in. This is an entry-level position. Some people who go into data analyst positions have a college degree. Many of them do not. A lot of them will do self-study. They'll do certificates and certifications. For instance, the Google Data Analytics certificate is excellent. I reviewed that on this channel. There's also a lot of other great positions that you can move into. For instance, BLS has data scientists making about $100,000 a year, and Glassdoor has data analysts making $80,000. So overall, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. Now, if you haven't checked the video out, I did make a video on 21 of the highest paying work from home jobs. These are some of the highest paying ones. It's probably going to give you a great idea of some of the jobs that you can look into, and you can check that out by clicking right here.